Thanks everyone for coming back to another segment of the MCR. Mac and me coming back at you. My name's DJ with more rants on the injustices of the federal government. This one involves
And they
the
are many.
yeah. This one involves the FBI. To quote Hannibal Lecter, but anyway, anyways, remember he was talking to Clarice, the FBI. So, anyways, there's and I still watch YouTube for all our angst against that platform. On YouTube, there is a YouTube channel by the name of Forbes Breaking News, as in business Forbes. Okay, and what this Forbes Breaking News channel does is they'll have clips, and some of them are lengthy, of exchanges between lawmakers during Senate and House sessions. Okay, and there was a very interesting exchange involving Ted Cruz and an FBI official. Okay, uh,
I
and
believe I saw it.
what's that?
I believe I saw that.
All right, well then you know where I'm going with this. The FBI's this guy's name, he carried the title Deputy FBI Director. His name is Paul Abate, and that's how Ted Cruz pronounced it. So I believe I'm pronouncing the last name correct here. And Ted Cruz, in his preliminary remarks leading up to his questioning, he mentions how a whistleblower has come forward. And it's because of the whistleblower that we're now aware of the FD 1023, which is how we now suspect President Biden received bribes from Burisma people, and it sounds like maybe more than one. And it's beginning to sound like it's a lot more than $5 million too. I last heard it could be at least 20 million.
Oh,
Okay.
you don't think there's I mean, if I could take, I wouldn't take bribes, but under the scenario that I'm not such a good guy, hey, if I can get 5, I can get 10. If I can get
Well,
10, I can get 20.
I would just suggest to people, and this goes back quite a few days, so this is going to be easier said than done. But if you could watch this Forbes Breaking News YouTube video, what I'm about to tell you is mind blowing. Okay, Ted Cruz asks Deputy Director Paul Abate, "Do you have the whistleblower report?" And I'm going to paraphrase Paul Abate's response: "I'm not going to comment." And which shocked Ted Cruz. And he goes, "Well, do you have the recordings?" "I'm not going to comment." And then Ted Cruz, "Well, why won't you comment?" And Paul Abate's response is, "I'm not going to comment. Why I'm not going to comment?" I mean, and I'm paraphrasing here, but that's about how ridiculous this here became.
Well, Senator Cruz points this out during his blasting of this guy. These son of a bitches don't feel like they're accountable to anybody. The Senate, the American people, anybody. They're going to do as they damn well please. And if you ask them about it, they'll tell you they're not answering.
Well, now I do have a quote here from the Ted Cruz exchange. Ted Cruz says to Paul Abate, "The FBI has an unlimited hubris that you are accountable to, the Senate, the American people, whoever." I looked up that word hubris because dare I say something or use a term that I don't understand. So I looked up the definition of hubris, and kind of a concise definition would be excessive or exaggerated pride or self-confidence. And it seems to apply in areas where you may not necessarily be qualified or knowledgeable of, yet you think you are. So, and it's like this excessive, exaggerated pride or self-confidence.
Well, let me equate it to this. It's like being a made man in the mafia.
Yeah,
No one can touch you. And if they do,
yeah.
they get whacked.
Now, in the exchange, because Ted Cruz, I think what got Ted Cruz going was the guy wouldn't even say they had the FD 1023 initially. So Ted Cruz accused him of stonewalling, and and this Paul Abate guy, and I'm going to keep saying his name too. All right, this Paul Abate guy, he seemed to take exception to the accusation of the FBI stonewalling, and
Which clearly they are.
yeah, and in his taking exception to it, indirectly confesses, yeah, we have an FT 1023. So Ted Cruz kind of pries that out of him, okay, and then says, well, do you have the recordings? Well, we're not going to comment, and at a certain point, halfway or so through this exchange, he accuses the FBI of being esoteric. Well, I had to look that word up too. Okay? Esoteric, obscure, secret, or intended for a small group, a knowledgeable group. And I'm going to sarcastically add, since they are so important, you know? I just, yeah. So I thought about this afterwards. I watched that video, and I couldn't get this exchange out of my head. You know what? It was almost like they were taking the fifth.
They
Well,
can't. They can't as an organization. What the guy kept falling back on, and this is a get out of jail free card for any of these organizations, including your local police. We don't discuss an open investigation. Well, when damn it, when you've been called on the carpet in front of the American people, you damn well explain.
well,
Or you know what? If you have to, even if you have to explain in private, in the skiff at
and
the
see,
House of Representatives, then that's where you do it.
you know,
But you do explain.
they don't even want to do that because they know, because of the whistleblower, and of course we're putting we're hoping that the whistleblower is being truthful and accurate here, okay? But because of the it's because of the whistleblower we're aware of the FD 1023. It's because of the whistleblower that, because we're aware of the FD 1023, we're pretty confident bribery was involved. You know?
Let me give you a reason why I believe the whistleblowers in general. I don't automatically take everything they say as fact, but I do have reason to believe them in that they're going after these people. So you're putting your neck on the line when you're a whistleblower.
At the end of this exchange, because the senators and whoever, they only have so much time to do their interrogation, we'll say. At the end of this exchange, Ted Cruz basically accused the FBI of being disgraceful. And in talking to this Paul Abate, he goes, "Do you realize?" He goes, "I got constituents that want you people shut down." You know, he goes, "I'm constantly asked, why do we even have the FBI anymore?" You know,
Well, uh, presidential candidate and former Vice President Mike Pence says he's going to blow up the, not literally, blow up the DOJ on day one. Of course, it's not going to happen because Mike Pence is never going to be president. So, you
well,
know what? Mac from the MCR is going to get the FBI someday if he ever becomes president. Well, so what? And
yeah,
here again, we go back to the same question that we always do. So Senator Cruz tears this guy a new one. He makes him look like what he is, a liar, and he makes him look like he's hiding something, which he is, and how he doesn't feel like he's accountable, which he doesn't seem to feel like he is. But so what?
yeah,
What
I
is
know.
is Merrick Garland going to bring this guy on the red carpet and spank him and demote him or kick him out of the FBI? Nope.
You know what? Going to the point of their hubris and being esoteric.
Yes.
I had to look those words up. I had to
You
look those
you
words up.
Hubriteric. That's a new word.
So, anyways, just see that type of exchange. All the more reason I want Trump to win this election. I just,
Well, at this point in time, I'm just hoping he doesn't go to prison.
well,
And people think, well, that can't happen. Well, there are innocent people in prison all over this country. And every once in a while, we find out they executed one of these people and they were the wrong person. So don't tell me it can't happen.
Well, if they're going to appear before the Senate and act this way, it's going to be nothing to them or those like them to put Trump in prison.
Nope.
You know what? They got the J6ers in prison right now.
Yep.
You know?
And how many other people we don't even know about?
Yeah.
If it were us, who would know other than our show disappeared, which probably means nothing to a whole lot of people.
That's all I got about the FBI. We'll call this one a wrap, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks, everyone, for your support. As always, be safe, watch your six, and don't tread on me.